appraiser extraordinaire, Dr. Lori.
That's right. This is where the fun starts.
Yeah.
So we're about to meet 3 people who have items that they're hoping will turn out to be true treasures.
We're about to play our first ever Treasure Hunt Tuesday. We're going to see who can guess and get the closest to the value of the item.
Right, so take it away, Dr. Lori. Let's go.
Okay, we're gonna meet our first treasure hunter. You ready? Here's Frank. Come on, Frank.
Frank!
Frank, I want you to put this right up here, right on the easel. Hi, Frank. Tell me about your painting.
So my wife picked this up about a year ago. Called me, says, listen, I found this really nice picture. I like the picture. I really like the frame.
Really like the frame.
The frame is kind of new, but she wasn't sure about the picture. She
Wasn't sure.
and I
Not
said,
too
well,
sure.
I said, how much is it?
How much is it?
20
Because it's all about the
she
money.
said $20.
Oh,
I said,
$20. With the
great.
frame.
With the frame, everything, all together.
$20.
What was it, 20?
$20.
Okay.
So I said, you know what?
Think
Pick
you
it up,
overpaid.
take it home. We'll take a look at it. So we look at the artist. His name's Camille Pissarro.
Yeah.
So he's mid-1800s impressionist, French impressionist.
He's the dean of impressionism.
Yes, he's like the father of
important.
impressionism, supposedly.
Yeah. So it's the Avenue de l'Opera,
Yeah,
and Pisarro would actually paint this from his hotel room in his
Right.
later years. Now, my friends in the audience, what do you think? Let's hear it.
700.
Wow. 700.
1,500?
Okay.
900.
Okay. We got it. All right.
Y'all are in the hundreds.
Okay. Dr. Stephen and Kimberly, write down your answers.
Don't you look at mine.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, time for the big reveal. What'd you guess, Dr. Steve?
I think the frame's worth $20 and the
Oh.
picture's worth maybe 10.
Okay, what do you think, Kimberly? 1,250 for all of it, all together. Okay. All right, let me tell you what you got. This particular piece is a very famous work of art, and it is a work of art that is in a museum. It's in the Beaux-Arts Museum in Reims, France. It can't be in your house.
Right.
Okay? So basically what you have is an oleograph. They're very, very
Hold on.
popular. In the 1950s, these would have been
There's a
produced
decimal right there, $12.50.
I told you she's got cheap.
These would have been mass-produced to promote collections in major museums. So you can go to the museum, see the real painting, and then take this home. It's $25 for the print, the cola type, and it's about $150 for the frame.
Okay. So I knew the frame was more than the
So
picture.
who was closer, with or without Kimberly's decimal point? Dr. Steve actually wins.
Told you.
Fine.
That was a lot of fun.
I'll get you next time, my
All right,
friend.
we'll see. We'll see. All right, Lori, take us to the next one.
I promise the next item's gonna bowl you over.
All right.
Come on in, Edna. How are you doing? Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. So if you'll put your object right here.
I will.
Thank you so much. So tell us a little bit about your object. How'd you acquire it?
My mother's brother was the oldest. She was the youngest of 6, and he married in the early 1920s.
Okay.
They received this as a wedding gift.
Oh, okay.
And my mother always loved it, so one of her trips back to England, she acquired it
Great.
from her sister-in-law, and I brought it back. And then when my mother passed away, I got several interesting phone calls from family members in England wanting to know if they could have the bowl back.
Oh, interesting.
So it was like, it intrigued a lot of interest in me. It's like, why there's so much interest in this bowl?
Right. Maybe
I'm not
it's
letting
valuable.
anybody have it.
Yes, right.
Right.
You have questions for Edna about her bowl?
Well, let me ask you this. Have you had to polish it?
I have not touched it because I was afraid I was going
He
to.
wants to know if you had to polish it.
Right.
Ooh.
Because if that was silver and it hasn't been polished since forever, it wouldn't look that shiny. It'd be all dark.
Okay.
So I don't think it's real silver. Just saying.
Is he right or is he totally wrong?
Could be totally wrong.
Should he stick to medicine?
Yeah. All I know is all the silver that my wife insists we have turns brown every 3 weeks, so we always have to laugh at that.
Yeah,
So I can't stand it. Yeah.
Okay, what do you think, audience?
Yeah, what do you think it's worth?
You gonna help him out? $1,000, $200. Okay.
500?
We gotta find someone.
What'd you write down, Dr. Steve?
I'm
Let
not
me
telling
see.
you what I wrote it down there. All
All right.
You wrote down your answer.
You know what?
Uh-huh.
Here we
I wrote
go
down my
again.
answer.
There you go. She's writing something down.
I'm going in. I'm going
She's
all
going
in.
all in. All right, all right, all right.
This is why I don't
Okay.
gamble.
Kimberly, what did you guess, my darling? $1,250.
Is that your go-to number? Everything's
today.
$12.50. Everything's $12.50.
Steve,
I
what
put
did you
down
win?
$400.
Let's talk a little bit about your bowl. First of all, Dr. Steve is absolutely right that this particular element, you're not right about everything, Steve.
I was right on that one.
This particular element is, of course, silver plate. So it will not actually off-gas, deteriorate to the same way as a sterling silver piece. That's first. Secondly, let's talk about the mark. Now, if you look at this mark and you look specifically at this mark, you're going to see a couple of things. This particular mark indicates, based on the shape of the lion and what's called the Royal Commission, that's the crown mark for Royal Doulton, made in Lambeth, England. This particular mark indicates it was made between 1901 and 1927. This particular piece is quite nice, and value on it, interestingly enough, is $400.
Wait,
Come and give it to me.
I need to take a break.
You need to sit down. You need to calm down.
Get warm in here.
That was very good.
Oh man, who'd have thought? Who'd have thought?
You can do
All
this,
those
Dr.
women you
Steve.
have in your house, I'm telling you, they're training you very well.
That is hilarious. That is amazing.
Thank you, Edna.
Next, one more potential treasure, and this one could be the biggest.
They're older than you think.
Wait till you see what Dr. Lori reveals about Schaefer's Turkish spoons.
Wow. Welcome back to our first ever Treasure Hunt Tuesday, which I am clearly losing, but it is so much fun.
Our final treasure hunter couldn't care less about knives, forks, but you know, for him, it's all about spoons. Come on out here, Schaefer.
Hi, nice
How
to
you
meet you.
doing, Mason?
Good, how are you?
Will you lay those out here?
Sure.
Thank you.
Spoons.
Spoons.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they all match.
So, would you tell us about your spoons?
So these actually date back to 1884 and 1885. This comes from my mom's side. This came from my great-great-grandmothers.
Okay.
So they actually came from Armenia, and they've been through a lot. The spoon set and my family, they went through the Armenian genocide. So they survived, and they ever since then we've just been a stronger family, and this has survived along with it. So
Wonderful.
this means a lot to
What a
us.
great story. I mean, not a great story, but.
Well, see, already they're priceless.
Right.
Already they're priceless.
Already they're priceless
Yeah,
because
they're
they
priceless.
connect,
There you go.
again, you know, the object connects, of course, with family history.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think, audience? What do
What
you
do we think it's worth?
You got numbers? $1,000. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now remember, this is set value for the whole set. Kimberly, you gonna write down the same number you've been writing down the whole
I
time?
know. Should I stick with it? Right? All right.
your game.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
Okay, I got it.
She's got it.
Okay.
All right.
I got it.
Time for the big reveal.
Right.
Dr. Steve?
Okay, so
What did you guess?
So this time, I'm gonna guess Kimberly's number of 1250. This is the time to vote 1250.
All right.
Kimberly?
Okay, ready? I went for 750.
750, okay. This particular mark right here indicates that this is actually called a Tugra mark, and that particular mark tells you the sultan who was in power at that particular time. This particular mark is for the sultan that was in power from 1861 to 1876, so they're older than you think.
Wow. Oh,
That's
it's
what
getting
3
hot
degrees
here.
will do for you, baby. Okay. Now, in terms of value, they are what would be the standard for sterling silver, or 925 parts per thousand pure silver. Value on the set, about $1,000. You should
No, you gotta be close without going over. You gotta be close without going
Wait,
over.
since when? That wasn't in the rules?
I won.
That splits right
I
there.
won.
You should have
We're
won
both
with your number.
250. We're both 250. What? You 250 too high? I'm 250 too low.
Yeah,
We're good.
right in the middle.
I guess
It's
it's
a
a
tie,
tie.
honey. It's a tie.
Okay.
Okay.
You're beautiful.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
We should definitely do it again.
Let's do it
but
again.
But I have got to do better. I got to do
Okay,
better.
but
You can't.
actually-
I cannot have Dr. Steve beat me.
No, but you
at
know
this
what?
game. Like,
I'm really
not
happy.
a good loser.
I'm happy
Stop
that we
talking.
tied.
My turn.
No, I'm happy
My
that we
turn.
tied.
Yeah.
I'm happy that we
Yeah.
Come
Don't
on.
touch me.
All right. All right, so I think we should do this every Tuesday. Right?
Every Tuesday,
Right.
it's called Treasure Hunt Tuesday. Stick around, everyone. Don't miss a special viewer message coming up right after the break.